Selamat pagi, ini video 497 ya. Kali ini perkembangan terakhir itu ada pesantren Al-Kozin, itu pesantren terbesar di Sidoarjo. Pembangunan Mushola 3 lantai ambruk. Ini sebelum ambruk ya.
Yuk keseruan di lembaga pesantren Al-Kozin.
Bayangin, pesantren itu sangat padat ya, dan bangunan-bangunannya itu udah penuh di Sidoarjo. Dan ini pesantren yang cukup terkenal di Sidoarjo. Itu pembangunan 3 lantai ambruk. Nah, juga kemarin Presiden baru pulang dari Amerika, ditanya oleh wartawan CNN mengenai MBG, makan bergizi gratis. Apa hubungan kaitan dua berita ini? Jadi, sewaktu dulu Prabowo kampanye, itu program makan bergizi ini sudah diketahui oleh para kiai ke pesantren bahwa ini akan mengurangi dana pendidikan. Padahal dana pendidikan itu besar banget, dan sekarang dana pendidikan itu dikurangi. Nah, akibatnya yang dikurangi itu apa? Yang dikurangi itu dana untuk pesantren itu. Maka secara logika, ada 3 pembahasannya. 1, bahwa program makan bergizi ini tidak didukung oleh pesantren, karena pesantren yang dikurangi anggarannya dari anggaran pendidikan yang menjadi subsidi pesantren itu dikurangi. Kedua, logika kita ya, pada waktu anggaran itu dikurangi, sedangkan jumlah penduduknya tidak berkurang, maka yang berkurang itu apa? Ya jumlah semen. Sehingga ketika semennya dikurangi, tiang-tiang di pesantren itu makin kecil. Dan pada waktu tiang itu tidak cukup besar, dia menopang, apalagi bangunan itu diisi dengan 100 orang, 200 orang, 1000 orang, kecenderungan untuk ambruk. Ya, tetapi hal ini udah menjadi tekad dari Prabowo. Sejak awal dia tahu bahwa program makan bergizi gratis ini diambil dari dana pendidikan dan akan mengurangi dukungan Prabowo di kalangan pesantren. Nah, apakah Prabowo bisa bertahan di tengah gempuran dari kejadian-kejadian pondok pesantren ambruk dan korban keracunan makan bergizi ini? Kita nggak tahu. Ya, tetapi risikonya sangat tinggi. Ya, masing-masing bersikeras. Yang satu ngomong jangan dikurangi subsidi untuk pesantren ini, bahaya. Karena penduduk makin banyak, pendidikan tidak memadai, dan sudah ratusan tahun ya sistem pendidikan Indonesia itu lewat pesantren. Tapi Prabowo mengatakan bahwa dia butuh anggaran untuk program-program dia dan sebagainya. Jadi kita lihat tarik-menarik ini akan menjadi kemana, ya? Suatu malapetaka yang tidak kita sangat sedih ya bahwa ada pesantren ambruk dan banyak korban keracunan makan bergizi gratis. Ini kenyataan. Berita kedua adalah tentang berita Xi Jinping. Jadi begini, di China itu, Tiongkok, kalau ada berita-berita miring tentang presiden, itu nggak akan tembus. Tapi karena proses pencopotan Xi Jinping ini sudah sangat terlalu banyak jenderal-jenderal yang dibunuh, jenderal polisi yang dibunuh, dan perombaan orang-orang di Partai Komunis Tiongkok. Berita ada satu artis yang namanya Yu Menglong. Yu Menglong ini artis terkenal ya, kalau kata kita tuh Raffi Ahmad gitu loh. Nah, dia itu habis pesta di Sydney. Nah, pesta ini dikaitkan dengan keluarga Xi Jinping. Karena apa? Adiknya Xi Jinping itu gay, punya pacar laki-laki. Nah, itu satu. Kedua, juga pacar-pacarnya ibu negara Tiongkok ya, itu dikaitkan ke sana, sehingga habis pesta bersama dengan keluarganya Xi Jinping di Sydney, termasuk bersama ibu negara Tiongkok di Sydney, itu acara itu, Yu Menglong itu kecelakaan, mati. Apakah dia dibunuh, disabotase, atau ya dikorbankan oleh tentara Tiongkok, kita nggak tahu. Tapi berita ini sudah meledak di Tiongkok. Dan pokoknya Yu Menglong ini udah artis yang sangat baik lah. Artinya anak ini anak muda, artis muda, ya, penyanyi dan artis film Tiongkok, tiba-tiba mati. Ya, sedangkan biasanya yang mati itu pejabat-pejabat pemerintah ya, seperti ketua partai, ya, ketua jenderal-jenderal, banyak yang mati itu udah sering ya. Tetapi kalau artis ini meledak, jadi akhirnya berita tentang kematian Yu Menglong ini menjadi gosip yang tidak resmi di Tiongkok, bahwa keluarga Xi Jinping ini tercemar. Ya, bocornya informasi mengenai kaitan kematian Yu Menglong ini menjadi indikator bahwa Xi Jinping ditekan untuk mundur. Kira-kira bulan Oktober ini akan ada Kongres Partai Komunis Cina. Di kemungkinan besar Xi Jinping itu mundur.
Reading your comments, I'm so happy that there's a lively community out there. So hello everyone and welcome. Okay, well, it's the weekend, so see how I can. Well, I don't think this is not entertainment, but it's very dark. That's why I brought some flour just to keep it a little bit, just to bring some colors to the very dark subject that we're going to address. All right, let's get started. Well, September is coming to an end, and what a month it has been, right? But October? Well, October promises to be even more dramatic, in my opinion. At the center of it all will be the CCP's fourth plenum, an event that could divide the party and decide not only Xi Jinping's future, but even his successor. I've heard that it's scheduled for mid-October. I don't have the exact date. So all eyes are on Xi's grip on power. Will he step down, step back, or fight to the bitter end? Even the Associated Press has reported Xi may step back and not down. Judging from what we've seen lately, the road ahead for him is steep. The battle between him and his opponents has been brutal and at times bloody. And right now, the one event threatening Xi the most is the case that has shaken Beijing to its core, the death of actor Yu Menglong. This case is, in my opinion, the biggest wild card in the run-up to the plenum. This case is so dark that I think the military may be behind it, and those in Xi Jinping's circles, including children of his followers, those who killed the actor, may have fallen into a trap and be caught red-handed. So let's get to the bottom of that tonight. But first, let me talk about how the CCP has panicked. Now, the actor Yu Menglong, he's also known as Alan Yu, so I'm going to address him as Alan. It's easier. It's an English name. So he wasn't just another celebrity. He was known as warm, kind, and self-disciplined. One of the rare few in China's entertainment world who stayed clean and upright. And yet this bright, sunny young man died under murky, unexplained circumstances. The attention has been staggering. A week ago, views around his death had already reached 8 billion, now over 20 billion worldwide. I made a mistake last Saturday saying 80 billion, but it was really 8. But over the week, it has tripled, almost tripled in a week. And Western outlets like the BBC Chinese, Reuters, and I think an Australian paper have all picked up the story. The sheer scale of attention has rattled the Chinese authorities to their core. And we should keep up the momentum and keep the pressure on. Now, as more leaks pour out, youth death is beginning to shape the shadow games leading up to the fourth party plenum. Almost no one believes the official line that Yu simply fell to his death after drinking. Instead, the authorities' heavy-handed response has only deepened suspicions. On Weibo and WeChat, thousands of accounts were permanently banned or shut down due to their supportive voices for the actor. Tens of thousands were accounts had their common functions disabled. Even scarier, some users say videos of Yu stored on their cell phones were remotely deleted without their knowledge, just gone. Others, including celebrities who dared to speak up, have received death threats. That wasn't random. The order came from the very top. Cai Qi, the Politburo Standing Committee member in charge of propaganda, he issued a secret oral directive, a full gag order. Yes, it's oral, nothing written down, just verbal. So the order, no discussion, no posts, no debates, nothing. And Tsai made sure there was no paper trail. Orders were to be delivered verbally only, from central government all the way down to local levels. And every workplace was told to monitor its people. Everyone had to promise they would not participate, not discuss, not even browse online about Yu's death. Any unexpected situation had to be reported immediately, and anyone who broke the rule, along with their supervisors, would face punishment. Severe cases handled swiftly under the strictest party discipline. So it's very obvious. The actor's death has become the biggest political taboo in China right now. But here's the real question. Why would the CCP be so terrified of one actor's death? Because this isn't about Yu Menglong or Alan Yu. He's known as Alan. This case may involve political struggles at the very top. Now, online, all the names being whispered point back to Xi Jinping's circle. His brother, Xi Yuanping, Cai Qi's son or sons by mistresses. I've covered that in my previous live streams and programs. You could watch that. Now, even the mysterious 23-year-old woman, Yang Lanlan, here we go, who was involved in the $1 million car crash in Sydney, Australia, who many believe to be a Xi family princess, are linked to the actor's death. I'm not going to go into that because I really just think that's a little far-fetched. But, there's one story out there. And then in the past 2 days, new whispers have spread that the woman who organized the fateful party, the woman who invited Alan Yu to the party, was linked to none other than Xi Jinping's wife, Peng Liyuan. So now, I'm not saying all of these claims are true, but I'm not saying they're all false either. Which one is true or false doesn't matter. What's striking is that every single rumor points to Xi Jinping and his inner circle. Not a single one ties this case to his opponents like Zhang Youxia. And with the timing, right before the party plenum, the case has all the hallmarks of a behind-the-scenes struggle. Some even suspect the military has long been aware of Yu's persecution, that they recorded the entire process and are now deliberately leaking pieces to trap Xi Jinping and his followers. If true, that will be the end of Xi's career, period, and he will have to go down. And that's why this case is so critical at the moment. And it's no longer a celebrity death or the corruption case in China's entertainment industry.